Are we on? I think we're on. Waiting now, we're just waiting for YouTube to start up. Wait for that. Don't know why that's the last one to go than all of them. Ah, I forgot my finger shield. I got to be professional. I can't forget that. Otherwise my voice will be terrible. Not in the normal way that my voice is terrible. I think it's quite, I like my voice, to clarify. But it's a little wonky. Doesn't work too well. My tongue's a bit short. Disability, you see. Don't get any PIP payment though. But it's still a disability. Don't believe me? Ask your mama. Yeah, I was very bad at giving your mama head. Hello everybody, welcome to essentially what is the first of a KD Chats Poop live streaming. I've done a couple actually before, but this is with a new setup. So hopefully things go a little bit smoother with this. It went alright before. Oh, I'm going out of shut down, aren't I? That's what happens when you... not that part. No, you go back. I'm new at this still, see. I'm getting there. Okay, that's better. Yeah, so I've done one of these before, but it was just a bit, well, I can't even remember it, to be quite honest with you. I don't think it works on all the things as well, and now this should be streaming to KD Comedy Official on YouTube, KD Comedy on Facebook. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, give them a follow, a subscribe, or if you're on the brand new Twitch channel, then also give a follow? I think it's a follow on there. Or comment, or whatever it is the kids do, just do that, and it's probably right. Don't ask me, I'm old. There we go. When I was at school, we couldn't even spell ADHD, let alone know what it was, which ironically is also a symptom of ADHD. I'm pretty sure I developed that, or I'd say developed it, probably always had it, but I wouldn't know now. But of course, it may just be because... well, not particularly in school, but since then, we've been smoking a lot of drugs. Well, obviously not this, it's not this. This is either illegal CBD or, you know, I'm living in California. Take your pick, ignore the British flag over there that you can't see. New Zealand flag. Even Germany now, apparently, have legalised it. I don't know how long ago this was, but apparently even they've legalised it. But you know what's crazy? That is not the most shocking bit of news from the last month. I don't know how this happened, but over the last month there has been some ridiculous advances in technology, and I, to be fair, did not see them somehow. Oh, Doms, let me just reply to the Dom. Yeah. Okay. Well, then I'll just confirm now that I will be playing some games, some Helldivers with the evil hippie, the goth man. So we'll be doing that again later. We'll be saving some planets. So I'll let you know a bit nearer or further on into this exactly when that will be. This probably won't be that long. I don't know. I've only just started, and you know I'm enjoying just chatting poop right at this moment. But I can't do it forever, and I shouldn't do it forever because that's when I say the wrong thing. We have learned this many a times. But what's been amazing though, yeah, so we've stepped into a new era of technology, but whatever era of technology we're in, radio is always going to be king, and online digital radio too. So you can check me out luckily on Switch Radio every Tuesday 10 AM till 12 PM. I am there every Tuesday 10 AM till 12 PM having fun, listening to some music, playing some tunes at 107.5 FM, or you can just ask Alexa to play it. It comes up on that, say play Switch Radio or any of those malarkey thingamabobs. Do them and you'll be happy, I can assure you. But you may not be happy about the news, about the new era of technology that we are in. You should be happy because I think it's good news, generally speaking. I mean, yes, there is always the worry with AI. This isn't about AI, just so you all know. This isn't an AI story, but of course with AI, every bit of tech now is a little bit scary because we're all thinking, ooh, what if it goes against us? What if the Terminators happen? What? I'm not John Connor. I don't want to sound like that because it's me that was saying it as well, because, it is kind of scary. This is literally, we shouldn't be doing it. I'm going to be playing a game later where we're fighting a load of AI things, AI robots, and it's like, this is just the future. And the problem is now, it could be a lot nearer, because some of the new stuff they brought out is amazing. First, the first bit we'll talk about is Elon Musk for a while has been talking about putting a chip, integrating humans and technology. It's been something that's thought to be, inevitable, or it will always be inevitable. We'll always get there eventually. We'll start, rather than just holding phones, because we basically, like have a symbiotic relationship already with them. But rather than just holding your phone, it'll be in your head, implanted into your brain. You don't even need to close your eyes to see it. You'll see it there. It'll just be there at all times. And you're thinking, that's crazy though. That's crazy talk. How that's got to be miles away before that happens. Nope. Sorry. Hate to tell you, it's already happened. I didn't see this until very recently. Me and Nathan Powers talked about it in the last episode of Squishy Logic. Squishy Logic available via the KD Comedy Podcast channel, available wherever you get your podcast from. Check it out. Be a new episode. A new episode just went out about John Bonet. There'll be a new one coming out about some of this technology as well, and some other stuff. And we've got a Monsters of the Sea episode, and also The Moon is Weird. A lot of random different stuff, true crime, interesting subjects, mysteries, all that kind of stuff. Y'all like it if you like this. Let's go have a little watch of this video for now then. This is giving you a little bit of information from the Tesla space about I didn't realise this either until now, just checking this video before we went live, that it was a surprise. They hadn't actually announced it seems. They did a live stream with the man who's now got the chip in his head. And just if you want to know how it exactly works, they insert a little small robot that goes in between his skull and goes to his brain and connects the wires of the chip to the neurons in the brain. So just burying the lead there, there's a tiny robot that can go in and do that. But the idea the Neuralink then will be connected to an app so you can keep track of neurological conditions, etc., and control electronics, as we're about to see right here. Right here. It's like 9 a.m. and the time still is.
In a surprise live stream through the X platform, Neuralink introduced the world to their very first human patient, Nolan Arbaugh. With his personal Neuralink,
looks like very good grassroots comedian Callum Jarvis-Jones to me. I haven't seen him for a while. He hasn't spoke to me since the comedy world slightly turned against me, and I'll be getting back into the comedy world soon. And I am going to address all that stuff once only. But I will address it all for everybody, for anyone that isn't aware of it. It's important to have the real information out there, so keep an eye out for that in the next couple of days. Because I miss comedy, man. I never considered myself having left comedy, but after everything, I don't want to get into it now, but as I said, I felt like I could have handled things better. I could have handled some of it better. But it will not be an apology video or an apology post, because I didn't do anything wrong. Not at all. I did anything and situations where I could have handled it better was always in reaction to this sudden, apparently all these rules I'd broken, from promoters that had been around, a long time, almost like, because they can't move on past that point. But apparently I'd broken all the rules, I'd done all these things wrong, and I was a terrible comic, getting ripped apart and then, insulted by loads of different comedians, or that niche, small portion of comedians that want to jump on like that, whereas the majority of comics sound lovely people. But I understand, and I get on with them, and I know a lot of them very well, which is why I was at the time hurt that nobody stuck up for me, that nobody came back to my case, etc. But it's business in it. I get that. I understand that completely. That's cool. I mean, personally, we don't need to. There's bigger things in the world going on than some comedians having an issue, man. It's just I'm happy to calm me off, squash it, and work together hopefully in the future. Because I don't plan on stopping comedy. I never plan on stop doing comedy. All in all, I love comedy, in whatever form I do it in, whether it's on this stream with you guys, on the radio, or in person. It's all the same thing. It's all having fun. Not taking anything too seriously, having a laugh, for you guys to entertain you, and for me because I enjoy it too. It's a win-win. We're all good, and the money's good too. The money is good. But nobody gets into comedy for the money because there are much easier ways to make money. I could be a C-class prostitute and I would earn more money. This man, though, I'm sure he's probably been paid for this. I don't know. We'll find out. Well, I'm sure we won't find out in this video, but I'm going to try and find out.
Link engineer holding the camera, the man who we've all been speculating about for the past 2 months, finally got the opportunity to tell his own story. Nolan is 29 years old.
Oh, so it was kind of known over the past few months then, like there was rumblings that this was going on, but probably not a full-on confirmation from the sound of it.
And has spent the past 8 years living as a quadriplegic after a diving accident dislocated his C4 and C5 vertebrae. These are bones kind of right in the middle of the neck, halfway between your collarbone and the base of your skull.
I knew he was, when we've watched this before on the Squishy podcast, I didn't realise that he was paraplegic from birth.
As a result, Nolan has no sensation or control of his body from his shoulders down, but that hasn't stopped him from remaining incredibly positive about his life, and now thanks to Neuralink.
I looked at Twitter banned me because they thought I was a bot. X and Elon Musk reinstated me because I am. Like it. Modded Quad is his handle as well. That's awesome. That's good.
It isn't stopping him from playing video games either. Nolan currently has Neuralink's N1 brain-computer interface chip implanted underneath his...
See his headphones, man. They keep doing this lately. Right up there. Hold on, guys. Put that away for a second. Put that away for a sec. If we go back to it, it'll work again. Turn on. I heard it. Connected. Right.
Scalp and sitting flush with the bone of his skull. Underneath that chip are 64 tiny wires that have been placed into the surface of his brain, about 2 millimeters in depth, and specifically targeting the motor cortex region. This device allows Nolan's brainwaves to be translated into digital command prompts. So the first demonstration that we get...
So the idea is his brain, so his brain, with the electrical pulses, that when we tell a part of our body to do something, that command from the brain is being reconfigured into computer code to tell the computer what to do, essentially. Like everything you do on a computer is essentially putting in code. So it's essentially, it's like just having a keyboard with no mouse, just having a mouse, keyboard and a mouse in his head. It's basically what it's like. He's having a conversation now and playing chess at the same time while explaining what he's doing.
It is seeing Nolan play a game of virtual chess, and it's indistinguishable from a person using a computer mouse. Nolan hits pause on the background music. He moves the cursor around the screen quickly and smoothly in a way that seems effortless. Prior to the implant, Nolan would have to use a mouth stick to control his laptop. Now he is using a Bluetooth signal that transmits from a small computer chip in his skull directly to his device. Nolan explains the process of learning to use his Neuralink, and this was a learning experience for everyone because the engineers who have been developing this product for nearly a decade have never been able to hear feedback on what it's like to actually use their device. They can make...
this is the point in the Squishy Logic video when I was like, what? See, in that case, I don't understand why we wouldn't just test it on humans straight away. Because it's right. With the animals, we don't know what their responses are. We don't know if it hurts. We don't know anything. Humans, they can tell us. And then I remembered that, no, probably testing on humans isn't a good thing, actually. Maybe there's a reason they go on animals first, which is, considering the amount of things that people protest about, especially when it comes to animals and activists and all that, and they do protest against it, but you don't hear that much. And maybe they don't hear it because there's so much money on the line. So maybe there are just as many activists. You know what? I'm going to hold off on that comment because it might not be correct. I'm going to hold off on it. Yeah, smart KD, indeed. Go on, monkey, blow.
Make an educated guess about what's going on inside the mind of a monkey But having a
That's not
human
getting his mind.
subject
He had
that
a
you can actually
control.
dialogue with
Oh,
back
look,
and
these
forth
headphones again.
is
I mean,
such a
going on about
massive
how good
upgrade.
Bluetooth is. Is he just screwing
There
up over
were
and over?
two approaches that Nolan
guys
worked
hear that
on
one?
with
Let
the
me-
team. Attempted movement
Right here.
versus
Go on,
imagined
yeah. You
movement.
guys can hear it still.
Attempted movement
I'm glad you guys can hear it. Woo you. Okay, now you can't.
was focused on trying
Oh,
to
yeah, you can.
move his hand to move the mouse, the way that he would
Why
have
can't I
done
hear
before
it?
he was in. The idea being that even though his spine is broken, the neural pathways associated with movement are still intact and can be used
bloody
as
hell?
triggers for device
the
control.
douche?
Then there's imagined movement, and according to Nolan, this quickly became the most
let me pause this
intuitive
going
way
on.
to use his neural.
I'm going to pause that because I don't know what's going on. I don't want to risk getting a copyright strike and I can't even hear it. If I'm going to get a copyright strike, I at least want to be able to hear it. That's the problem. See, I thought we were all working. I'm like, wow, look at this. This is working well today. Nice. No, I was incorrect. It seems that I was incorrect. Which doesn't happen often. Unless you ask most people, of course. Okay, let's try it one more time. And apparently I can't freaking pause it. Broken chord. Okay, learning to use positives. I mean, we can all figure out the positives really on our own, can't we? I'm not gonna. We don't need to watch more of that. What I will do though, we're gonna go back because that's just one of many things that Tesla has done this month. It's amazing. So they put the first Neuralink into a human patient, which means not only can it do the stuff we were seeing there, where it can send, where it can control a computer with his mind, but it also, as I said before, it will look at the neurological conditions or things like that. It's how it's being presented at the moment from mainstream usage. Is that someone like myself, for example, that has issues sleeping and really bad migraines, and before I came on today I got some really bad head pains. I thought I wasn't about to come on. It just come on out of nowhere. I say that as I'm drinking a Monster. I mean, I have learnt now that it's definitely not these, and I'm very good at cutting down now. Though I only drink these like after I've had like headaches or something, because I feel like all worn out and knocked out. Just push me back up a little bit. So believe me, it's not that. I've already tested it all and used myself as a guinea pig. Mind, okay, an attractive guinea pig, but a guinea pig nonetheless. God, I'm getting caught up in wires here. Okay, so the other bit of amazing stuff they've done this month, though, which, like I said, that is not it. They've done something arguably more amazing than that, out of this world, literally, because for a while now they've been SpaceX, which is essentially Tesla for space, have been developing a Starship orbiter, and the idea of this is for space travel to be able to be feasible for going to different planets like Mars, for example. Then what they would need to do, they said, is get to the moon, have a base on there, like build a base up there, like we did with the International Space Station, and then go from there, because once you're already in space, it takes enough energy to travel because there's no air resistance, etc. The hardest part, and the main rocket thrust power you always see, like back in the day in the old moon landing, was giant rockets, and then those rockets would fall, the bits that pushed it, you see them falling off, they would burn up and hit the water, hopefully, and just be gone. But now, what already they had, which I got shown a couple of months ago, which made me realise we were at like Star Trek level already, was all those bottom bits that fall down now off the rocket, fall down and kind of like drones, come back exactly to where they left off from, like with different like propellers and different things like that, which is amazing. Like it's great. It just guides itself down to the floor, so that's reusable. So it saves all the money, etc. And it's a giant rocket which can carry up to 12 tons. 12 trucks worth of materials, much more than 12 tons. That is 12 big trucks worth of material, and the trucks, I imagine, from the way it was explained to me. And then, they, for the first time, they managed to actually get that into orbit, which means completely out of our atmosphere, floating in space. And the idea is now that could go, to the moon, like many others can go to the moon. That was only a test flight, that one I'm talking about. So I don't think it had all the materials on it, or the actual materials. Probably had just like some waste to account for it, etc. But Yeah, so now they can actually start taking materials up to the moon and start building a base on the moon, and then that's how we go from just going to the moon to going to Mars. It's amazing, really. Like I say it out loud, it seems like it's not true at all. But let's just have a little quick look at the orbiter doing its thing. Like, if you want to see this video watched in more depth, you know, going through a lot more, wait for the the Squishy Logic episode, the new era of technology. The new episode will be coming out in the next couple of days, on KD Comedy on YouTube, KD Comedy Official, KD Comedy Podcast on Spotify, iHeart, wherever you get your podcast from, will be on there. Not always Apple, because they're weird. I don't know why I can't always get them onto Apple. I don't know what it is. Apple don't like me. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like them. I've insulted them so much. Maybe there's an algorithm out there that just listens for all the people insulting Apple, and they're like, no, you know what? No, you don't like our tech. You're not gonna get to use it. It's fine by me. Don't take my money. I'm sure that's what's happening. Couldn't just be that I just have bad luck with technology. Couldn't be that. Or that I'm just bad with it. I grew up with evolving tech. I should be great with it. No. Right. So look at that giant rocket.
Rapid turnaround of the launch pad between flights, and the improvements we've made ahead of Flight 3 are getting us closer to that goal. And that brings us to today's test. The test profile and the burn timeline are very similar to test number 2, with one major difference. The ship will attempt to splash down in the Indian Ocean rather than the Pacific. This puts us on a steeper trajectory than past flights and lets us test capabilities that we'll need for the future, like lighting a Raptor in space while maximizing public safety. So let's take a closer look at the new steeper trajectory so we can test things like engine
going off. Are we going to launch?
Prop. We did that successfully on our wet dress rehearsal that we did recently. Eventually,
okay, let's see the giant thing launch.
We need them to power through the Earth's atmosphere and gravity to deliver those massive cargo and payloads up to space. Moving up the rocket, Starship is designed for vertical takeoff and landing on any hard surface, and that's as opposed to taking off and landing on a runway as aircraft do. And that's important because there are no runways on the moon and Mars where we're going.
Well, thank you.
The ship,
that,
which we're looking at now, features 6 Raptor engines.
We've got him on hand, isn't it, to let us know that there isn't any runways on the moon. There was me assuming there would be an airport up there straight away. I'm glad he is here.
3 of them are sea-level engines, 3 of them are vacuum engines. That means that those vacuum engines are optimized with a larger engine nozzle to operate in the vacuum of space and get us higher performance.
The ship is also outfitted with 4 flaps to help aerodynamically control the vehicle's attitude during atmospheric flight and enable a precise...
No, it's still there. Hold on.
We had to do a lot of...
Find it. We're going past it, hopefully. You never want to go past the money shot.
40-second hold.
And getting past the point. And
so we're about a minute and 20 seconds away. Just walking you through one last time. We're going to see the to go.
Okay. Right, this looks like it.
Let's listen in.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You know something's good when it looks fake. That's unfortunately when something gets really good cameras, full on HD cameras.
30 seconds into flight, we are feeling the rumble. We are seeing 33 out of 33 Raptor engines ignited on the Super Heavy booster.
Booster and ship, avionics,
sure
power, and telemetry nominal.
That,
acquisition of signal,
AI, computer generated, etc. video.
Continuing to get good call outs. Our trajectory looking nominal, systems looking nominal. Just amazing to see all 33 lit up once again.
Altitude of
At this point, we've already passed through max Q, that maximum dynamic pressure, and passing supersonic, so we're now moving faster than the speed of sound. Getting those onboard views from the ship
This
cameras.
is crazy. You can see the speed going up to 1,700 kilometers an hour.
Now the next major milestone is going to be a hot staging maneuver. Again, we're going to be doing that in just about...
Those turns as well. We have to start turning with the
Has,
curve.
Engine cut off.
Sorry people, the Earth is round. It's not like sorry. The Earth is round. It's not flat. That's where I was going with that. I almost said the opposite. There
Here we go. As you heard there, by the call out and from the crowd behind us, Starship's 6 Raptor engines have successfully shut down. We heard a call out for nominal orbital insertion, which is incredible. Look at these views, Dan.
And I think that was all the bits. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to do that exact stuff when it goes up. Takes a while, I know that.
Super fast. Now, at those speeds, the spacecraft's interaction with the atmosphere results in friction and creates a plasma field around the vehicle. That blanket of plasma distorts communication frequencies, so we're basically left with a brief communications blackout. Now, we might get some telemetry back through a connection to the track.
Interesting. Oh, look at this. That's amazing. This look must be when it's already out of orbit then. Crazy. The fact we can do that. Unbelievable. The point we're at now is unreal. It's an amazing thing. It really is. Like, enough about that though. Enough. I spend too much time on that then. Okay. I know y'all people. Y'all want the grimy stuff. Y'all want the stuff that isn't so good. The bad side of the world. We all like the negative stuff, don't we? We all want to watch negative stuff. That's why there's so many documentaries out there. That's why true crime is such a huge thing. And for people my age, this next one's a bit strange, but in no way a surprise, which I will explain why in a moment. But there's been a new documentary come out on Netflix. I can't remember the name of it now. Something like Quiet on the Set. I think it might be Quiet on the Set, actually. Talking about Nickelodeon, the channel, but all the abuse that used to go on behind the scenes by this one person. Well, I don't know, I haven't watched the documentary myself because I have already seen so many videos over the years on YouTube. You know, YouTube made documentaries, etc., of this exact topic. So I didn't think it was a secret or anything, but apparently, I guess a lot of the mainstream didn't know until this documentary came out. But this guy, Dan Snyder, I think he was a producer. He was something important, you know, behind the scenes of Nickelodeon. He was just regularly get the younger, like the 12-year-olds and that drunk. I can't remember if there's any specific allegations, you know, of attacks. I don't want to say the word because I think that makes there's an issue on YouTube if you do say that. I'm still trying to figure out this streaming stuff. I'm not following that matrix, but I'm just testing it out right now. Testing it out. Yeah. I can have a ball dead too. I wasn't talking about you, Mike Tyson. I was thinking about Andrew Tate. I'm sorry. I'm looking at you. But okay, let's just watch this. Because I haven't watched them. This is Joe Rogan and somebody else talking about that documentary on a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience. It's Joe Rogan and Eleanor.
In this time, in this day and age, there's immense amount of positive reinforcement of being a part of the LBGT, pride, whatever it is, movement. And that makes sense because it's a natural reaction to the times when we were kids where gay people were shunned and shit on, and it was up until 2013 Hillary Clinton was saying that she didn't think that marriage should be between gay men. It should be between a man and a woman. Barack Obama used to say that. They all used to say it. So imagine being a gay person back then. And so there's like this natural overcorrection. So we're in this overcorrection right now. But this overcorrection gets co-opted by opportunists who are just narcissists, just people with mental illness, and people who realize that they can get a tremendous amount of attention by just fitting into this new place. And it's also a great way for perverts and sex offenders
yeah, you see that a lot
to weasel in. Like, isn't it like if you were a guy and you were really into dogs, you get a job as a dog trainer.
Go against the system or something, because just those people that argue are just so loud and so annoying and don't stop, and it's just easier to just go along with it nowadays. And it is so much easier to just go along with the norm, with the social norms. But what's the point of that, man? Like, with people, there's no book about how to live. Some person next to me the same age can't tell me how I should be living my life. They're the same age as me. Like that. Even somebody 20 years old, they can't tell me, because it's my life. Like, it's everyone's. Be happy, do what you want in that, as long as you're not Jimmy Savile, I guess, or someone like that. Generally speaking, do what you want. Just don't abuse people. It'd probably be a good idea. Just a little shout, I might be wrong, I don't know. I haven't looked at the evidence of life altogether. But just maybe don't abuse people. I don't know. Maybe I'm on my own there.
Okay. Right? Guy's really into dogs.
Yeah.
He loves working with dogs. If you're a pedophile, wouldn't you get a job on Nickelodeon?
Right.
You would, right?
Yeah.
Well, isn't there like a scandal that's going on right now?
Yeah, bad. What
is the Nickelodeon scandal?
The Dan guy.
There's another one too.
Oh, really? A new one? Oh.
I just like kids. I just like working with kids. I just like being around them and being alone with them.
Priests.
Being alone with them. I like being alone with them.
Yeah.
Just me and the kid.
Camp counselors.
I bet all of you can hear.
Let's keep a secret.
What
the
That's stuff.
Right. But there's humans that recognize that there's like patterns that they can.
I don't know why these are doing this, man. But at least you can hear it. That's what's important. Y'all are what matters.
All into where they can get more attention and get more praise. So this is the Nickelodeon thing. It says the actors claimed he was sexually abused by dialogue and acting coach Brian Peck, who pleaded no contest to performing a lewd act with a 14 or 15-year-old and to oral copulation with a minor under 16 in 2000. 16 months in prison and ordered to register as a sex offender in October 2004. In his first interview since the release of the doc, Bell has shared his thoughts on Nickelodeon's response to the allegations.
Sad.
Yeah, I mean, how do you know when someone? I mean, if you hire, you're hoping you're hiring people that just like making kid shows. Maybe they have kids.
But why can't the parent be present? Like this kind of shit. Like they say, kids that get molested and stuff like that. A lot of times it's parents just being like giving them off, and not being present.
Right.
There was, I mean, I feel, I think about it, I'm like, why didn't we get molested? We were on our own for a long time.
I dodged a couple bullets when I was a kid.
Did you really?
Yeah, but it's you're trusting people, and most people you can trust, and you hope you can trust these people.
Yeah.
Did you know about UFC former heavyweight champion Cain Velasquez?
What happened?
His son was apparently by daycare. And he went after the guy and shot at him from his car and got arrested and was in jail for I think he's still awaiting trial. But it was literally one of those things where everybody that hears that's a father, if you ask them, what would you do if that happened? Like everyone says the same thing. If you can get away with sleepwalking and killing your mother-in-law, you should be away with fucking blind rage that makes you shoot at some guy who molested your kid.
Listen, I don't have children, and if that happened to one of my nieces and nephews, I'd be the one who snapped.
It's just,
I'd lose it.
It's the most evil of
It's
things.
disgusting.
But it's also one of the weird ones that today they're trying to.
Well, I might get off now actually, so that I can maybe watch that program a bit with Mother, because we like to watch that tonight, and I feel me not watching stuff with her and streaming all day. Or, like the time we're doing like work or something. I need to do some editing on the last podcast actually. That one needs to get done so I can bring it out. Shouldn't be that hard though. My new editing style, the new capturing style is quite easy. So, makes it a lot easier. But you don't care about that, why would you? But you should care about Switch Radio that I am on every week. Every Tuesday that is, from 10 a.m. till 12 p.m. 10 a.m. till 12 p.m. Switch Radio every Tuesday. On digital DAB radio or 107.5 FM. I will see you all there, or you can catch me at all times on KD Comedy Official, KD Comedy on Facebook, KD Comedy Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts from, and KD Comedian Live, my new Twitch channel. Give me a follow, like, subscribe on any or all of them, because it all helps a lot. And like I said, I will be getting back into the stand-up a lot more very soon. And hopefully we can get past all the silly hate and stuff, because there's no need for it all. It's just, there's no time for it. Like, who cares, man? Let's just move on, work together. Some of the people that I get on best with and trust the most in my life now have started from argumentative places, let's just say. And, people butting heads sometimes. What happens then is, I mean nothing but well, and I'm sure other people do. Hopefully it's all just a misunderstanding all around. That's what I can hope for, and without, being able to sit down and talk to someone properly, that's what I like to try and assume, generally in situations. But I hope you all take care. I will see you soon. Well, I'll see you later on the Twitch and maybe on Facebook. I don't know. I'll see. No, I'll just be on Twitch actually. Do some Hell Divers with the goth evil hippie man. That won't be too long away actually. Much love, everybody. Take care. Peace out.